Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the weapon tier list for Monster Hunter Wilds, with 14 different weapons to choose from, including the iconic longsword and the super fun insect glaive. There's a lot to talk about. We've been testing each weapon, and honestly, some of them are absolutely crushing it, while others are still in need of a little TLC. Whether you're into the classic heavy hitters or you prefer something a bit more nuanced, we've got you covered, but be warned, this list is still in flux. As we keep testing and learning all the little quirks of each weapon, expect updates as we uncover new things. Now, if you're a Monster Hunter Wilds fan or just someone who loves testing out new killing tools, this video is for you. We're constantly comparing and analyzing each weapon's strengths, weaknesses, and everything in between. It's an ongoing adventure, and we'll make sure to keep you in the loop with any major changes to our rankings. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's see which weapons are worth your time and which ones might need a bit of an upgrade. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, sword and shield, hunting horn, and lance. Alright, so let's talk about some of the more supportive weapon types in Monster Hunter Wilds. These aren't the ones you choose if you're looking to dish out massive damage right off the bat. Instead, these weapons shine in their own unique ways, bringing more to the table than just raw firepower. Let's kick things off with the sword and shield. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of weapons. You get fast, fluid attacks and the ability to guard against incoming damage with your shield. But it's not just about blocking. This shield can also be used to bash enemies, which makes it super versatile. And if that wasn't enough, you can still use items like potions while your weapon's drawn. Talk about multitasking, right? So, if you're into quick movements and always staying on your toes, this one's for you. Next up, we've got the hunting horn. Now, I know what you're thinking. A horn? Really? But trust me, this is a weapon with some serious buffs. It's all about those melodies. Play the right tune and you'll boost your team's stats. Echo bubbles? Oh yeah, those bad boys create an area where special effects can be activated, helping you and your squad in battle. It's like being a one-person party buff machine. You may not be the one dishing out the biggest hits, but you'll definitely keep your team in fighting shape. Now, let's talk about the lance. If you like being the tank of the group, this is your weapon. With top-tier defense and quick thrusting attacks, you can take on monsters without worrying too much about taking damage. The Lance's counterattacks and guard moves are perfect for those moments when you need to take a breath and regroup. It's a solid choice for anyone who likes to play it safe while still contributing to the battle. Keep that shield up, poke from a distance, and you're golden. In summary, these C-tier weapons aren't necessarily the go-to for those looking to deal the most damage, but they each have their own strengths that make them incredibly useful in different situations. Whether you're supporting your team with buffs, holding the line with a sturdy defense, or dishing out fast, precise attacks, these weapons give you the tools to turn the tide in battle. Just remember, it's not all about raw damage. Sometimes, being the team player can be the most powerful role of all. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, hammer, insect glaive, and light bowgun. Alright, let's talk about some weapon types in Monster Hunter Wilds that might give you a bit of a challenge. But trust me, if you get the hang of them, they can be just as powerful as their higher tier counterparts. These weapons might not feel as straightforward as the top tier options, but with the right approach, you'll find that they pack a punch. First up, we've got the hammer. Now, this weapon is all about raw power. It's a blunt force beast that can really make monsters feel it. The best part? You can charge your attacks to unleash even more destructive force. And if you land a few good hits to a monster's head, you'll be stunning them, making it easier to go for the kill. Sure, it's a bit slow compared to faster weapons, but once you get the rhythm of it, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of a well-timed charge smash. Next, let's talk about the insect glaive. This one is for the hunters who love mobility. You're not just swinging a weapon here, you're controlling a kinsect. By harvesting extracts from monsters, you gain powerful buffs that enhance your abilities. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can vault into the air to perform aerial attacks, giving you an awesome advantage. It's definitely a bit more technical than just smashing things, but if you can master it, the insect glaive offers a unique playstyle that's super rewarding. Then we have the light bowgun. If you're more into range combat and want something fast and agile, this is your weapon. It's perfect for hitting monsters from a distance while staying on the move. The light bowgun is highly malleable, so dodging is no problem at all. What's cool is the rapid fire energy. This mechanic lets you fire a bunch of shots in quick succession, which is great for keeping up the pressure on your target. The energy regenerates naturally over time and when you land hits, so it's all about keeping that momentum going. So while these weapon types might not seem as easy to use at first glance, with a bit of practice, they can totally hold their own in a battle. Whether you're smashing with the hammer, flying through the air with the insect glaive, or spraying bullets with the light bowgun, each of these weapons has its own unique charm. Don't let their B tier ranking fool you. Put in the time and you'll be hunting monsters like a pro. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: longsword, dual blades, gun lance, switch axe, charge blade, and heavy bowgun. Alright, let's talk about weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds and dive into the A tier selection. These bad boys are all about striking that perfect balance between dealing damage and offering support, and trust me, they'll make a huge difference in your hunts. Whether you're looking to bring the pain or help your team, A tier weapons give you the flexibility to adjust based on your playstyle. Let's get into it. First up, we have the longsword. This one's for you if you love speed and precision. The trick to mastering the longsword is timing. Hit your marks just right, and you'll be able to pull off amazing combos. Oh, and don't forget about the spirit gauge. Once it hits red, your attacks are powered up, giving you that extra edge. It's all about quick reflexes and knowing when to strike. Perfect for those who love agile combat. Next, let's talk dual blades, which are all about speed, and more speed. These blades let you rip through enemies in a blur of rapid strikes, but here's the fun part. Enter demon mode. Once you're in, your attacks become even more devastating. And if you really want to go all in, archdemon mode is where the magic happens. With these, you'll be cutting through monsters like a hot knife through butter. So if you're all about being fast and furious, these are for you. Now, the gun lance is a weapon that's got a bit of everything. It's got range, it's got power, and it even lets you fire explosive shells. It's got that perfect mix of offense and defense. You'll find yourself sidestepping just enough to keep your distance, all while being able to block heavy hits with your shield. And when you need to let loose, the gun lance's shell attacks can deal some serious damage. If you're the type of hunter who likes a little extra firepower with their defense, this one's calling your name. If you want to get versatile, the switch axe is the way to go. This weapon can switch between two modes, the heavy hitting axe mode and the faster, more agile sword mode. In axe mode, you've got that long reach for those wide sweeps, but switch to sword mode and you're dishing out rapid fire strikes. The versatility here is what makes it shine. You can adjust your playstyle depending on the situation, making this a weapon you can always rely on. Then we have the charge blade, another shape-shifting weapon that's like a chameleon in your hands. In sword mode, you've got speed, cheat, and accuracy, making it easier to maneuver through the battlefield. But when you flip it into axe mode, it's time to dish out some serious damage. The real fun begins when you charge those files up in sword mode. Once they're powered up, your axe mode hits like a truck. You've got the perfect balance of speed and power, and with the added ability to charge up, you'll always be prepared for the next fight. If you're all about range, then the heavy bowgun is where it's at. This weapon lets you stay at a distance and fire away with different types of ammo, but don't think it's just about the shots. There's a lot more to it. The auto guard function is a lifesaver for blocking incoming attacks, and if you want to be more hands-on, you can manually guard too. The real kicker? Ignition mode. When you activate it, you can fire special ammo that's a total game changer. Your energy regenerates over time, and when you hit your targets, it gives you the boost you need to keep going. With all these A-tier weapons, you've got a lot of options depending on what you want to bring to the hunt. Some are fast and light, others are heavy hitters, but all of them offer something special. Whether you're looking for speed, power, or versatility, there's a weapon in this tier that will suit your style. Pick your favorite, and get ready to show those monsters who's boss. Trust me, these weapons will help you make the most of every hunt. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, greatsword and bow. Let's talk about some of the absolute game changers in Monster Hunter Wilds. If you're looking to really take your hunting skills to the next level, these weapons are a must try. They're all about power and precision, but fair warning, they do require a bit of practice to truly master. So, grab your gear and let's dive into the world of S-tier weapons. First up, we have the greatsword. Now, this is a weapon that doesn't do things lightly. It's hefty, slow, and pretty much any move with it feels like you're swinging a wrecking ball. But once you get the timing right, each swing packs an insane amount of punch. The great sword is perfect if you enjoy hit and run tactics or even playing a bit defensively. You can block with it, charge up those massive swings, and really deliver some devastating blows, but it's all about patience. Those heavy attacks leave you vulnerable, so make sure to plan your moves carefully. Then there's the bow, a weapon that's all about versatility. It's got the range to keep enemies at a distance, and with a variety of arrows at your disposal, you can switch up your attacks based on the situation. Charging your shots adds some serious damage, and it's incredibly satisfying when you land a fully charged arrow. But the real magic happens when you use tracers. These arrows home in on monsters, making it much easier to hit those tricky targets. The cherry on top, tracers explode after a while or when they've dealt enough damage, causing some awesome chaos on the battlefield. The bow is fast, agile, and rewarding for players who like to move around and pick off monsters from a distance. What really makes these weapons stand out is the skill required. Mastering the great sword means knowing when to strike and when to back off, while the bow demands precision and timing. But once you've got the hang of it, these weapons feel like extensions of your own body. So if you're looking to become a true hunter and crush your enemies, these S-tier weapons are the way to go. Just remember, it's not about spamming attacks, it's about finding that sweet spot and learning the rhythm of the fight. Keep practicing and you'll be unstoppable. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.